This is my predictions for the 2017 football Vols, which I am going to start from the second game because first game was already played and the first one I made, I had a low battery, which is why it was longer than it should have been. So starting with they play Indiana State tomorrow, this Saturday, and from what I've seen on ESPN, it says they have a 99% chance to win, so I don't doubt. The Vols playing a outmatch Indiana State team at home. The Vols easily demolish Indiana State, scoring more than 21 points in the first half and winning easily by 3 touchdowns or more, mainly because the Vols are Dormady is throwing a lot of big pass plays in this game, and Indiana State is unable to contain the Vols. Mostly their passing, but maybe also their running. And third game, they are at Florida in the Swamp, and both the teams kind of mirror each other because Florida, the Gators have a new QB, the Vols have a new QB. So it's likely that both of these teams are going to struggle with the growing pains, but I'm picking the Gators to win this game because it is in Florida, and that is a tough place to win. Gators are going to be vengeful for how they lost the last time they played the Vols, and Dormady, even though he's a junior, he doesn't have the starting the games experience, and this is where I think is the growing pain. No doubt the growing pains are going to be showed with him throwing 2 interceptions or more, which is going to be detrimental, and the Gators are able to take advantage, scoring 10 or 14 points or more 10 or more points off those turnovers, which is the difference in a close toss-up game with the Vols playing the Gators. Next game, they play Massachusetts. Again, I got no doubt, this is going to be an outmatched team that the Vols, they demolish the team they're supposed to demolish. With Dormady having a great game, throwing for more than 3 touchdowns, the Vols score above 21 points in the first half, and they easily beat Massachusetts by 28 points or more it's a blowout win. Then they play a Georgia, and I'm picking the Vols to win this game, that they're able to win this game, not just because it's at home, but also because the Bulldogs are unable to defend the pass consistently against the Vols, with Dormady throwing the ball, and the Vols defense is able to create turnovers that more than one turnover, which the Vols offense takes advantage by scoring 10 points or more off those turnovers. It's the difference in a close toss-up decent game. And then the next, they play South Carolina. Again, this is going to be another, I think the South Carolina again isn't able to contain the big pass plays, which is going to be the difference in this game. They're able to keep it a decent close game, but the Gamecocks aren't able to contain the passing with giving up more than 4 big plays, and the Vols defense again they end up getting more than 1 turnover that the Vols offense takes advantage, scoring 10 points or more. That's the difference in this close game at home versus the Gamecocks. Next, they play Alabama, and I don't doubt at all that this is going to be where Dermody's growing pains are going to be shown, and He ends up throwing more than 2 interceptions that versus the Crimson Tide, and the Crimson Tide are easily able to score over 21 points in the first half, make it a blowout even before it gets to halftime, and the Crimson Tide win by over 30 points, demolishing a outmatched Vols team, mainly because Dermody, he's still having those growing pains. He's playing a great team on the road, and the growing pains hugely get shown in this game that I don't doubt at all. The Crimson Tide is easily going to win by more than 30 points, and they make it a blowout even before it gets to halftime, no doubt. Then the next game they play at Kentucky, and I think Kentucky will be a decent team. The Vols are able to beat this decent Wildcats team on the road in a high-scoring, close game. And the difference in this game is, again, that Vols defense is able to create two turnovers, or maybe create 2 turnovers, which the Vols offense takes advantage by scoring touchdowns, which is the difference in this high-scoring, above 49 points, close, decent game. There's no doubt it's going to be a wild one in Kentucky if the Vols win. Next, they play Southern Miss. No doubt at all, this is again going to be play Southern Miss at home. Again, this is going to be another easy win that the Vols demolish a outclassed team where they have mostly with the big plays. They're going to have more than 5 big plays, including with passing, and they easily score above 21 points before it gets to halftime, and the Vols win easily by more than 28 points, defeating the outmatched Southern Miss at Rocky Top, Tennessee. Next, they play at Missouri, and no doubt this is going to be 2 teams that are going to be scoring a high amount of points, above, no doubt, 61, and no doubt the difference is going to be the Vols defense is able to they're able to get 2 turnovers, mainly with either with creating a fumble and an interception, that the Vols are able to take advantage and score 14 points, which is the difference in this. It's going to be a great, high-scoring, heart attack, close game in Missouri that the Vols are able to win, mainly because they get those 2 major turnovers, and also with the fact that Missouri Tigers aren't able to, their defense isn't as, maybe not on the same level as the Vols, which is going to be detrimental because Dermody has he's great at passing, and he's going to be passing the ball over. He's going to be able to will be throwing multiple big passes that the Missouri Tigers for most of the game, for over 50% of the game, aren't able to successfully defend, which will be the difference in this high-scoring, great, entertaining, heart attack, close game. Next, they play Ellis. Get the connection back. Try a different location. Now they play the LSU Tigers at home, which is going to be, yep, they play no doubt more than likely be a great LSU Tigers team at home, and I'm predicting that the Vols are able to win this game because Dormady is going to have a large amount of experience. Not just because Dormady is going to have a large amount of experience, but also for the fact that it is at home. He's able to successfully, if he has to be a game manager, he is a game. I think he's able to protect the ball, and I think he has no turnovers in this game, whether fumbling or interceptions, and the Vols are able to. They have more than he's able to have a successful day pass. He's able to have a successful game passing for over 180 yards, and the Vols are also able to move the ball with running for over 120 yards, control that time of possession. So they're winning time of possession, they're moving the ball, they're scoring points, and again, the Vols defense, opportunistic defense, is able to create a fumble. They create a fumble, which they recover, and also they get an interception. I'm going to predict, go bold here, that they return that interception for 6 points. I'm going to predict 30, 35 yards, an interception return 35 yards for a touchdown, and they're also able to create a fumble and recover it. That they also score, the Vols often score 7 points over, and they're able to beat the LSU Tigers in a great, entertaining, close game, winning by 9 points. And then the last game, they play their in-state rival, Vandy, which is going to be at Rocky Top, Tennessee, and it's going to be a toss-up game. I think it's going to be a decent, entertaining, close game, similar to what was shown last year, except the Vols are going to be the ones that win this game mainly because Vandy isn't able to successfully defend the pass, and that Vols opportunistic defense again has they're in the right place at the right time for interception, and they're also able to create a fumble with a Vandy running back, and the Vols are able to win this entertaining, decent, close toss-up in-state rival game, defeating Vandy in a game that goes down to the final seconds by 13 points, in a game that no doubt goes down to the final seconds. And that is my video for the better quality for my prediction for the 2017 bright orange Vols. And I'm going to we'll now see Smokey singing Rocky Top and Go Tennessee after I press his hand.